feel like you're lacking, just slowly chunk away at it.
I never hit the record button. That's crazy.
Oh.
You didn't know, but did you see how I just hit record on its own?
Oh, I thought you hit it. No, I guess not.
That's weird.
I know. I thought about what you said. I really gotta script things out. I gotta treat myself like I have some kind of learning disability.
Don't do that.
Why not?
Don't treat yourself like you have a learning disability.
I have to. Because, like, if I don't recognize how I'm repeating myself. So if I say, these are my points, this is point 1, basically this is point 2, this is point 3. Now, I'm not going to have to say point 1, point 2, point 3, but if I just, like, have it off on the side, all the things that I want to speak about, and say, okay, that's it, you guys, you know, I'll talk to you guys later. That's
In
it.
500 feet, turn right to stay on Key Road.
And we'll see if it makes a difference.
Now turn right to stay on Key Road.
I believe you can do it.
Now turn right onto Winchester Street.
It's just a question of whether you want. That bush is my enemy. You see the bush, Erica?
I do.
It blocks me.
But,
It's my enemy.
yeah, during that whole thing when I make
Now bear
videos,
right to stay
and I
on
make it more
Winchester Street.
concise, probably once or twice a week, I'm probably just going to have these random long-ass
Winchester.
live streams.
Okay, I'm guessing you're Winchester.
And just keep it at that. And just say, hey, you know, this is what I'm planning. This is my whole little balance thing. Because I don't want to turn away viewers and have them think like, oh, you know, Erica just wants to make short 10-minute videos. And just flood the algorithm that way.
That sign was wrong. That makes me sad.
How was the sign wrong?
The sign said something that wasn't true.
In
It said
1,000
Winchester was middle, but
feet,
Winchester
turn
was
right
right.
onto New Hampshire 9 East, New Hampshire 10 North.
Look at that. Isn't that nice? How could you be a heroin addict when you have this view?
Now turn right onto New Hampshire 9 East.
Because this view is impressive when you first go to it, but if you don't have much job opportunities, it's not a beautiful place. People would say it's lackluster. The only thing around is freaking trees, and trees don't pay the bills.
Do you think heroin addiction is a function of a chemical addiction, or do you think it's a lack of purpose?
I don't know. I've never been
In
around
1 mile,
drug
take
addicts.
the New Hampshire
But I
9
think part of it
East,
is being
New
involved in the
Hampshire
wrong
10
crowd.
North exit on the right toward Concord, Newport.
I think part of it is being around the wrong crowd. I think part of it is just freaking boredom. And then and curiosity as well.
Jordan Peterson said that the opiate crisis was a big portion of it was a lack of purpose. That when you take, you know, people worked in manufacturing and car manufacturing and worked in steel towns and all that shit. That, no, it's not this one. That, you know, when you take away their purpose, their job, and their everything, they have nothing else to do, and then they just sit home and do drugs all day. You know, going out to be a part of something, so, you know, I built this building, I made these cars, I did this. I mean, it may be backbreaking work, and it may be tiresome, and you may enjoy the time that you get off from it, but that feeling, that sense of purpose gives you meaning. When you have no purpose and no meaning, you just
It's
you
thankless
rot
work.
away.
It's like assembling an iPhone. Yeah, you could say, yeah, I do this, but if you're working at Foxconn and you have, you know, specific quotas you gotta meet, you're just seen as completely disposable and replaceable, and you're not getting paid well.
Is this exit 9 on the right?
Yes, looks like it.
I have a unique ability to miss
Now
every
take
exit.
the New Hampshire 9 East exit on the right.
Yep, there we go. I just think about things that way. Oh, you should have done the 360 camera.
Why?
I don't know. Do you want to put this on YouTube?
I'm destroying myself with a 360 camera.
Why?
Well, firstly, this is a highway, so there's no view.
Okay. Well,
So-
you could just put this then.
Yeah, it's not really a view, but the main thing is that 360 camera, the files are so freaking big. I already have to upload yesterday's.
So
I've
just,
only uploaded 1/4 of yesterday's footage.
we'll just put this one up on YouTube then. Who knows?
I don't mind showing foot, like when I wanted to say, look at this house on the left or look at this thing on the right. That's when it made sense for me to use that
Oh, but you're just showing a few highway and it's just discussion anyway. So
I also don't know if I'm going to post this discussion.
oh, why not? I think it'll be thought provoking.
You think so?
Yes. I think sometimes people, when they think about YouTube, they just imagine people just saying, I mean, what the thing, okay, I shouldn't knock on it because it pays the bills, but I feel like sometimes YouTube, it's just like you kind of think to yourself, like, oh my goodness, I can really kind of expect the same old shit to show up on YouTube all the time, because people have their niches and they stick with it. But one thing about your YouTube channel and my YouTube channel on a very, very small scale is it's randomness. And I wish more people would go to your random live channel instead of your main.
But the random, I haven't been consistent with that channel. Like I'll post, 5 videos in a day and then 0 videos for a month. It's so much of it is just random junk.
Yeah, but
like it's a throwaway channel.
But if your content is good, from what I've learned, there's some certain YouTubers who don't even post for like 6 months, and then once they post, they're like, oh my god.
It's not good. There's no effort put in. I don't really know if that's correct. I don't put effort into my main channel either. Like that channel has 0 effort put in either. But it's a different level of no effort that goes into the live channel.
I don't know. I would say your main channel has quite a bit of effort because you constantly post videos up on there.
Yeah, but they're low quality shit. Like look at butterfly! Oh, I ran over a butterfly.
You ran over it? Really?
He hit I hit him. I hit a little butterfly.
Oh, that's okay.
Why wouldn't he get blown away? I mean, wouldn't the air moving towards him, if it's so light and has wings moving away?
Who knows? Hopefully.
Anyway, what was I saying? Look at Rich Rebuilds' last video, right? The amount of fucking editing in there. So, for instance, when they were making fun of him for the Tesla invoice because they were being simps on the battery, and they were throwing shame, he actually put himself onto Cersei Lannister for season 5 of Game of Thrones, and they were saying shame. Like he edited his head on there. Okay. I know how much work goes into doing that.
Yeah, but you know what the big difference between you and him is?
I would never do that amount of work.
No, but he has a team of people, a team, T-E-A-M. You are just one person, I am just one person.
Yeah, but I could have a team of people if I wanted a team of people. I choose not to have a team of people, even though I have more subscribers than him and a higher overall viewership rate, which means most likely a higher monetization.
I wonder how your YouTube channel would be if you hired 3 people to do video editing for you.
It would suck.
You think so?
Yes.
I don't think it would suck.
Because he has a bunch of content to edit. So it's like he crafts a story. So he crafts a story and then he pays editors. I don't craft the storyline. Like he's a storyteller. That's what makes him amazing. Okay. That's what I'm very impressed with his content. There's a giant storyline. There's a lot of humor. There's a lot of stuff to be edited. Me, it's like, yo, I read this article, or I walked by this McDonald's, or like I fixed this motherboard. I mean, the motherboard repair is really the only thing that actually could use in-depth editing to cut out all of the slack, but the motherboard repair videos bring in like $3. So,
are you kidding me? You can't edit the motherboard repair videos. Do you know why?
Why?
You got motherboard purist over here. Don't touch my motherboard video.
Don't take out the part where you messed up. How dare you?
Don't you know I'm the majority over here?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you got some real passionate motherboard people.
I was actually, because at some point Hi was editing all the board repair videos, and it's like 1 hour of Hi's pay is like 5 times the monetization of a board repair video.
Yeah, I think board repair is just sold 2019.
Board repair?
What? You think in the pandemic, you think people were like, man, got nothing to do, I got to stay at home lockdown, let me watch Lewis's board repair video.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is,
says a select few of people.
It's like, what people don't understand with them is that I did them for 6 fucking years. I mean, I got tired of it.
You got tired of it?
I mean, can you do the same shit for 6 years in a row?
Can we censor that? Because you're not supposed to say that on YouTube. You're supposed to say, I love doing board repair. When I wake up, I think about board repair.
People didn't want it either. If they wanted it, they wouldn't top out it. Like I did a video, there's a board repair video I did a week ago, I posted. Then I posted a video titled A Hill and an Apple Tree. And the video of a fucking hill and an apple tree beat the board repair video. Now, which one do you think takes more effort? Me me recording a hill and an apple tree, or me fixing obviously fixing the motherboard takes more effort.
No, hill and apple tree took more effort because he probably had to do image stabilization of sorts. Okay? Versus your lazy ass just had to turn on that mount and just mash a few buttons and that's it.
Buttons,
yeah. I mean, I just, okay, you want me to be honestly, whenever I look at your board repair videos, I kind of chuckle because I'm thinking to myself, oh man, this thing, who's gonna watch it this time? It's almost like you're flogging a dead horse sometimes. And I'm only saying that because when I think about your videos, I think your videos has transcended past board repair at this point. Like, unless you're fixing MacBooks or you're truly interested in this stuff, I mean, you have really, like you said, a library of stuff to tide you over, right?
Yes.
So that's why when you do something like a hill and apple tree, people are like, ooh, this is something I've never heard about before. Huh, let me think, what's gonna happen? Is he gonna bring out that flux? Most likely not, but if you have a computer board repair video, you
Flux
will.
comes from trees, by the way.
Flux is also made out of other stuff too.
Yeah, but a lot of it is, I think, tree sap. So that tree has a lot to do with flux.
So do you think that if you moved over to Vermont or New Hampshire, you could get a discount on flux? Could you make some maple syrup flux or something like
The
that?
flux comes from, I think, Deep River, Connecticut. That's funny, because someone said I get a discount buying Amtech flux from China, and it's like, you fucking schmuck. They make it in Deep River, Connecticut. You're buying a knockoff shit. I get it. Most things are made in China, but not flux.
Can you imagine if you could tap tree sap to make your own flux? I mean, I know it's cut with other stuff, but that'll be kind of funny.
That would be good.
Made in the USA, Rossmann flux, tapped from the nice sugar maples of Vermont or something like that.
Silverado. Every time I see a red Silverado coming towards me, I get PTSD. I actually saw myself breathing in and flinching as I saw that fucking Silverado.
I can't wait till you get a Silverado. It says Eugene on the front.
Those trucks are like, I get it. You know, there's some interesting build quality there because this car was an accordion. The Silverado just laughed at it.
You know what? Maybe I should try to do some video editing. What do you think about me making a video where I edit my face on freaking driving a Silverado?
I'm thinking of getting an attachment for that Zoom and taking the other microphone next vacation, so this way we both get a car microphone. This way people hear you better.
Yeah. Well, I'm not yelling. I'm not a New Yorker. I don't yell all the time.
You have to yell because of signal to noise ratio. So the air conditioning, because I have to have that camera cooled or else it fucking dies. The air conditioning plus combined with the road noise is high. So the way that you lower that, you can't lower the air conditioner and the road noise. That's not doable. So what you do is you make your voice louder so that the signal, that is by proportion lower. That's why I'm always yelling when I'm doing these in the car.
Oh, I thought you were just yelling because you were a New Yorker.
No, I yell because of the signal to noise ratio. If you talk low, well then there's more noise in the video because the road noise is static. That's not changing. And the air conditioning noise is static. That's a constant.
See, I've always said it like I want to talk to people, not yell at them. Whenever some people listen to their videos, it's like, this motherfucker's yelling at us again.
That's why I also speak loud when doing the board repair video. I don't yell. I go, hey everybody, how's it going? I don't seem like I'm yelling, but I'm yelling because of the fume extractor. That's really loud. My hot air station, that's really loud. And for the quality of the video to be good, the signal to noise ratio has to be very high. Or the Lewis to fume extractor and fuck you, Elon.
I love how you have a squeaky clean voice when you say, hey everybody, how's it going? It's just enough to capture that generic YouTube audience.
Generic? Who are you calling generic?
You know what I'm talking about? Like, hey guys, it's your girl Erica, and we are going to do something amazing.
I'm never
today.
going to say, hey, it's your boy Lewis. Fuck
You
that.
guys know what I'm talking about. I
Yeah,
hear that thing, and they're just, they have like the
Hey,
perfectly
everybody,
white
how's
teeth.
it going?
You must have said that thousands of times.
It's
I'm
my
just like,
catchphrase.
I'm just like, hey you guys, and I just leave it at that.
This is a really nice looking highway. This is I-89.
I don't do that whole saccharine sweet aspartame kind of thing.
Wait, how is this I-89 south if we're going north? I don't understand.
I don't know.
So the map thinks we're on I-89 south. Wouldn't this be north because we're heading north? Yeah, I don't understand. That's weird. But look at the trees, Eric.
Yeah,
You see those trees?
it's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty.
Pretty trees.
So I remember we went to that gift shop of sorts. They had the balsam for pine needles. Man,
Look
I was
at
hoping
that.
I could
Look at the
walk
color.
around and get some balsam for pine needles and stuff them all into a bag and bring them back home to New York.
This is fucking beautiful, Eric. Oh my god, this is beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Look at this.
Oh, look at all the Christmas trees. Hey, you think
Let's look at that.
you think when you go back to New York, you think the two trees next to your recliner are gonna remind you of these? What? No?
Are you kidding?
What?
I go back to New York, I'm gonna actually cry.
Why?
Look how beautiful this is.
Right.
Fuck Brooklyn. Are you gonna go back to Brooklyn? This like old, dirty, filthy, crumbling shit.
Trash, tumbleweeds.
Trash everywhere.
Tumbleweeds.
Stressed out, aggravated people.
But you got handsome.
Holier than now hipsters.
Handsome.
I'm like, fuck all that. Look at this. This is beautiful.
It is beautiful. Man, if this was like in some of the communities, people would just like grab their trash out of their car and then just like throw it out the window. We've seen that in like some communities, some religious communities. I was so shocked. I'm not gonna say what community, but a community. I was so surprised. I thought, man, shouldn't they be very respectful of their surroundings because they're deeply religious? But no, I can't believe it. White trash bag full of litter just thrown casually outside of a car. I don't know if they realize they're polluting their own streets. Sometimes I think people, they complain about pollution and they're like, gosh, I hate the pollution, I hate the litter, and then they throw out cigarette butts, they throw out trash, and they're like, I hate how littered it is. They don't realize what hypocrites they are. Pisses me off a little. So it's nice over here. People seem to keep their trash in their car. They realize that, hey, there's a thing called rest stops and trash cans. We can hold our trash for maybe 20 minutes or an hour and then dump it out later. We can dump it out in the hotel. We can dump it out when we go to a shopping mall or a restaurant. Not on the road. I have to say though, not seeing any litter on the road makes it a lot more serene.
I mean, there was yesterday. We thought there was no litter in that section. There actually was.
I know, so Lois, I'm just gonna put it out there. If you want to have a more pristine neighborhood, feel free to come with me to pick up some litter around Brooklyn.
No.
Why not?
That's hopeless. That's
not
actually hopeless.
If everybody had that mentality, litter would never get picked.
No. If you do it anywhere else in the United States, it's not hopeless. In Brooklyn, it's hopeless.
That sounds like a hopeless mentality.
I have a hopeless mentality for Brooklyn. I really do.
I know.
Like getting people to respect the area they live in, that's not happening in this generation. That's going to happen in the next generation. It's a generational thing. You have too many people in this generation that live there, at least in our neighborhood, that just look at it as like, who gives a fuck? It's a mentality that is not going away anytime soon. You're right. I mean, it is a hopeless mentality, but when it comes to Brooklyn, I have a hopeless mentality with it.
You know, I'm going to go pick up some litter when I get back to Brooklyn.
Yeah, but you're going to be picking up litter while A, someone's going to be yelling at you, what the fuck's this Asian bitch doing in my neighborhood, like the last several times we went out together. But B, then you're going to have people just literally throwing litter on the street as you're doing it. They're not going to, it's not like in another area, they may say, oh, she's picking up litter. I feel a sense of shame. Let me not litter, even though I usually litter over here, just out of respect for the fact this person's picking stuff up. That's what's going to happen somewhere else. Where we live, they're literally going to throw the litter on the street as you're doing it and laugh. Or just not care.
Or it could turn into the whole entitlement thing. Let me drop a litter so she can pick it up. I'm not getting paid to pick up litter, obviously. I have no community service I have to do. But it brings up a good point. If you want to see, maybe I'm thinking this. Maybe this sounds very idealistic. But I've never done it before, so I'm okay with being seen as idealistic. But what if I pick up litter and I clean up the streets, people see me, and maybe they think, maybe I should have dropped the litter. Or maybe they realize, my streets actually do look much cleaner now because the litter is getting picked up. And I do walk and talks anyway, so I could use the exercise.
I hope this truck is there for the rest of the way.
Wow.
Helps out my winter
I know what
systems.
you're talking about, yeah. But I'm going to do that. I'm going to get a pair of tongs and do it that way. What?
If I follow the truck closely, I get some good...
Because I think actually Brooklyn, or at least the area we live, would be a much calmer looking place if there was less litter. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yeah, so there. Be the change you want to see in the world. I'll try it.
I have a better chance of passing right to repair in Hawaii than you do of making Brooklyn look nice.
Oh, watch me. Watch me. I will make Brooklyn look nicer. At least our area where we live. Never underestimate 1 hour of trash picking.
Never underestimate one angry coconut.
Well, it's true. Your thing's not going to happen until 2050 anyway.
Well,
So
in Hawaii.
yeah, in Hawaii, so a lot can change between now and
That's
2050.
because Hawaii sucks, though.
Huh?
That's because Hawaii sucks.
Yeah. Well, if you have that kind of mentality,
Erica State is a troll.
You're going to piss off a lot of Hawaiians, huh?
No, they wrote that down. 2050.
I know.
Listen,
They
I'm
stay
from
on
New York.
Hawaii time.
I'm
You ever
from
heard
New
about
York.
Hawaii
My
time?
state sucks too. Like, nothing personal. Our state rep was saying, I don't understand why this matters to people. Why don't they just get a new booth? Fucking cunt. Gets over $100,000 a year. And then ask the peasants, why don't you just buy a new one? You know? Your state representatives are like, that's the thing. They're procrastinating. 2050. Like, at least ours says to our face, why do you want this, you peasant? Just pay more money. Do you have your phone plugged in, Eric?
I know. You know what I want to do? I want to get some custom-made shirts that say, like, don't litter on the front and the back. So that way when I pick up litter, people don't think I'm, you know, just that one rando. Like, I'm actually sending a message and people look at me. Maybe it'll make a difference. Maybe it won't. But I feel like sometimes people get so apathetic and people get like, I don't care. My neighborhood's trash. I'm going to do whatever I want. And I think it's so shameful because some of these people are older than me. And I think, how the hell can you have kids and have that kind of BS kind of attitude where it's like, I can do whatever I want. I'm just going to throw trash here and there. Like, look at me. Look how powerful I am throwing my trash on the road. I hate that. It's not the sign of an educated individual. It isn't. It's a person who just kind of like wallows in like trash. Like, I think it's better to just kind of say, like, what did I do? I tried to make the world a little brighter or cleaner place.
It's too late, Erica.
It isn't too late. It's, if you have that kind of mentality, it's like, oh, it was too late to plant a tree. And then you say that now in 20 years in the future, you could have had a nice, beautiful tree with fruit in it, but you choose not to because you're like, it's too late, it's too late. I don't have this kind of thing where it's too late. I said I can baby step it in. I can say, well, I'll go ahead and I'll grab some tongs and then I'll do some, you know, little research about the best way to pick up trash, like what system would work for me, and then walk around, pick up the trash, maybe do it for 10 minutes or 5 minutes and then work my way up. But yeah, I don't want to keep bending over a lot, so I probably need some really long tongs. Like these like 2 feet long tongs or something, like 1 foot, 2 foot long tongs. There's actually some individuals in Japan, they're called litter samurai or something like that. I think Asian Boss featured them. There was this guy who was so irked by the amount of litter that came after a Japanese festival. He started picking up litter. But he wanted to, I guess, send more of a message than just a random volunteer picking things up. So he decided to dress up like a samurai, and then he says these things like, you know, the people who litter shall be punished, or like, what is this kind of thing? And people realize it's kind of like half samurai show, you know, these like samurai movements with these like 2 feet long tongs. And then they kind of think to themselves like, man, maybe I shouldn't litter. And then I think he has a group of about 3 people that he works with, and they make a difference. You know, they pick up a lot of trash, all 3 of them. So they exercise, they make a difference in the world. Now the sad thing is that, you know, the guy who founded this, he got diagnosed with cancer. So when they talk about the good people who get diagnosed with cancer, good people who pass away soon, it always, I never really put much thought into it before, but man, a person like that who starts this kind of movement getting hit with cancer, oh, such a shame. I hope he recovers. I really hope he makes a recovery, but call me jaded or what, but if the cancer, you know, wins, at least he's impacted thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people, because it's been online, to make a difference in the world. And that video inspired me. There was 2 videos that really inspired me. I don't know if I made a video about it on my stream. I think I might have, but I've just been kind of sitting in the back of my head, especially when I hear about you talking about how peaceful you find a place like this. And I find it a lot more peaceful without
There's a
trash.
windmill.
Yeah, think that having less trash in the community sends a message that you respect where you live?
Isn't that a pretty windmill?
Yeah.
I don't know why people say windmills are ugly. They're pretty. I get happy when I see a windmill. I guess wind turbine, whatever the hell you call it. The spinning wind thingies. They're quite pretty.
Yeah, they are.
What do you think of those spinning?
They're nice. They're nice.
Look at how much faster they're spinning than the ones we saw the other time.
Yeah, yeah. Do you know those windmills cut a lot of birds in half?
That makes me very sad. They do kill a lot of birds.
Yeah, they fly underneath it. They don't realize how fast the damn thing is to get chopped in half. I saw it. It saddened me a lot.
Yeah, that sounds really.
I think they say over 1 million birds die a year from those windmills.
That's really sad.
Not just those windmills, but like I think within the United States, migratory birds. Oh yeah. But yeah, if you want to pick up trash with me in Brooklyn, feel free. Make a difference that way. I don't ever want to be one of those people who just bitch about something and then look at the problem getting worse. And I see the problem getting worse too.
Yeah, that is a hopeless problem because the people around don't care. With right to repair and all this stuff, at least all the people, like the repair shops in this industry, are all like, yeah, we agree with this. We want to be better. We want to learn how to do more repairs. We want to provide better service to our customers, and we want to see this pass, and we will work with you. Like, at least there's hope, because I'm working towards something, working towards fixing a problem rather than just complaining about it, that people actually want solved. Where we live in Brooklyn, nobody cares about this problem. The people around us are why it is where it is, and they're going to continue to make it worse. And there's nothing you can do about it because they don't care. They don't care if their neighborhood looks like a shithole.
Or do you think you just need to have people who band together, who just kind of send the message like, don't litter, because we have a small team of volunteers who actually do pick up trash?
Perhaps.
You know what I'd like to see? I like to try to coordinate a bunch of volunteers and say, hey, you know what? I know you live in the same area we do, and let's band together and let's try to make a difference to make the streets cleaner. And all we have to do is just dedicate 30 minutes or an hour a week just cleaning this stuff up. Now, you don't have to report to anybody, but just do it independently. See if you make a change, kind of thing. I think it would send a message, because if they see someone bending over picking up trash in front of their apartment, and if they're the ones who are littering, they might say, shit, I didn't realize someone had to physically pick up the trash that I dropped. And it might encourage people to change their ways. I don't think you'll live in Brooklyn for the rest of your life, as you know. But I hope that when you do leave Brooklyn, you find the streets to be much cleaner than it was when you first entered in. How was the streets when you first moved to Brooklyn?
Shithole.
Was it worse or about the same?
I wasn't measuring it.
But imagine how beautiful it would be if it actually was quite clean. It would provide a ray of hope and accountability. Maybe people need that gentle reminder.
Geek stuff.
Oh, pretty. Tools and hardware.
What's that side of the road for? Between the grass and this line.
Maple syrup next right. They're not harvesting maple syrup. Oh, I wish they did.
So Erica has the capability to get sugary syrup. She will get sugary syrup.
On maple syrup, 0.9 miles.
Sponsor a highway.
I already bought 3 bottles of maple syrup, so pretty good. I like their homemade ones. I think I might have said in this stream or another stream, I'm so uneducated with maple tapping that I was wondering, hey, if we go to one of those maple stores right now, will we be able to see them tapping maple? You know, getting the syrup out of a maple tree. Turns out they usually harvest around winter time to early spring or so, or around there. Definitely not in the heat of summer right now, or getting into fall. So, yeah, no maple tapping or watching anything. I just have to go on YouTube. But it is nice and peaceful.
Windmills.
Notice I don't see any big grocery stores around here. I wonder what my internet connection is. Pretty good.
I have 2 LTE bars.
That's better than before.
Earlier I had 4 or 5 in the car.
Ah, dang it. I'm at 1 bar right now. Damn it. YouTube. Rosalind Franklin Pearson said. Look at that 1830 house motel. This place was built in the 1830s. Dang. Actually, some of these places actually do look they're built in the 1830s. Jeez. Hillsborough. Birthplace of our 14th president.
Who's the 14th president?
I don't know.
The giant truck
I
behind him.
wish they told me. Like, I wish it said home to our 14th president and they put the name there.
I don't like giant truck behind me. They can't stop very fast though. If you need to stop short, they will smash into you and kill you.
Well, they should have a safe distance from you. Oh, those are trucker. Truckers have a very hard job. I always hope that all those people who drive long distances, I hope they don't get into accidents.
They don't have the benefit of autopilot.
Yeah, they don't.
Once Tesla comes out with the semi-truck, that's gonna make a lot of truckers' lives a lot easier.
You know, sometimes I think people, they feel like they have these thankless jobs. People always say, oh, you know, let's go ahead and let's recognize these people or these people or these peoples. But truckers, like, sometimes they're kind of forgotten. We'll be like, oh, well, you know, we'll thank the grocery store workers, but we won't say, like, hey, let's pray for our truckers who cart food from one state to another state or many thousands of miles.
You're missing the point there.
What?
When they say thank you essential grocery store workers, what they're saying is instead of giving you more than $12 an hour, we're going to give you a fucking banner in the front of the store that says thank you. Truckers, not all truckers, but on average, I imagine truckers get paid better than the clerk that works at a shitty local grocery store that gets $7 to $12 an hour. So they don't have to be thanked with virtue signaling banners because they actually get paid in money.
Truckers don't make that much money though.
If you have your CDL, if you have your CDL and you're trucking around the country, I'm not saying that you're getting paid amazingly. You're not Bill Gates, but you're probably getting more than the $7 to $12 an hour a lot of people get at these shithole grocery stores. Not all grocery stores pay that, but a lot of grocery stores pay people the bare minimum wage, which sucks. That's why you need those. We thank you, essential workers. We love you, essential workers. No, you know, if you love them, you fucking give them money. So the thing is, the reason that they're left out of that is because they're being paid in something that's much more valuable than words, which is money.
I don't know what, I heard grocery profit margin for an item is like 25% markup. So I think like price of rent, price of utilities, expenses. I don't know how much a store rakes in after all their expenses and paying their employees and whatnot.
They may not make a lot of money, which is why you need to pay them in thank yous. It's similar with the military. Like, I'm not trying to shit on the military because I know someone's going to quote this, misquote me, and do the, oh my God, I can't make this. Well, I mean, you look at all the honor that we bestow on the military. Why do we do that? Why do we have to bring you up to hero status? Because we're paying you shit. And then if you actually get hurt, you have to deal with the VA, which is not going to take care of you. You're barely going to get any money to survive for the rest of your life. So we need to pay you in honor because we can't pay you in good health care or in money.
Yeah.
So you get paid in honor. In the grocery store, you know, we can't pay you in something that allows you to actually live in an apartment of your own. So what we're going to pay you by having a banner in front of the store that says how much we appreciate you. I don't give a fuck about the appreciation. Or this one teacher, his name is Sam Scaff or something. He said, I don't want to get paid in appreciation. Fuck that. I don't care if nobody knows who I am. Give me money. I don't need a thank you. I don't need pleasantries. I don't want any of that. Money. I'll take the money. I don't want the exposure. I don't want the name. I don't want the advertising. Fines for speeding.
I know, I saw that. Let's talk about the military. I remember I was kind of thinking to myself, I said, man, it always saddens me so much when I hear about military vets becoming homeless. I think to myself, you know, these people put their lives on the line. Maybe they had to kill someone. Maybe they had to, you know, maybe they got seriously injured. And yeah, maybe the money's not enough for them to live. Maybe they fell on hard times. Cost of living in certain areas is obscene. And that's why I kind of feel like, man, it sucks when I hear about people who get discharged or, you know, retired or dishonorably discharged and they find themselves on the street. We gotta take care of the vets, for sure. You know what the really messed up part is? We always thank vets for their service. But then if they question why are we in a war, you know, they talk against it, sometimes people, they don't want to hear that. It's just like, no, you go to war and we will support you going to war, but they don't really kind of, I feel like some people, they just kind of say like, we don't want to hear people criticize the war, we just want them to fight. And I think that's wrong because it's easy to just kind of send out a command, but it's harder for people to kind of realize these are real lives at stake, real injuries, real deaths. People are not just numbers. So yeah, I don't want to get too into it too much, but like the freaking war, the Afghanistan war and stuff, oh my gosh. So heartbreaking. And what did we accomplish after all that? Came in for the you know what, and then what happens? It came back. Oh my gosh, so embarrassing. So embarrassing for the U.S., but more embarrassing and more, I imagine it angered and hurt a lot of people in the military, a lot of veterans, especially people who lost their friends, lost their loved ones. It's a failed mission when it comes down to it. Do you consider that to be a failed mission?
Didn't have a great objective. It started with get rid of Bin Laden, and then it morphed into keep Afghanistan from being a hub for terrorism. But that's not really a mission so much as it is a job, because a mission has an end, whereas that does not have an end. There's no end to that. Like that just becomes a job. Like, you wouldn't call it a mission if you were a janitor, you know? Like, it's not, okay, I clean the toilet, but then tomorrow you gotta clean the toilet again and again and again.
Yeah, that's why, like, I kind of think to myself about it. Like, the U.S. spends so much money, so much years,
We
so
spend a
many
lot of time.
lives.
Look how many people we have in South Korea. We have troops in Italy. I mean, we have troops all over the world. When you think about it, people are mad that we have troops in Afghanistan. Okay, but yeah, we had 2,000 troops. Look, how many troops do we have in South Korea, Italy, all the other countries in Europe? We have troops everywhere, all over the country.
Standing around, though. You know, they're training, they're standing around just in case something happens, right?
They're standing around, yeah, so after World War II, we've had people there for like 70 plus years, just because of World War II, to make sure that if they, one country starts shooting at each other, we say, hey, Europeans, get along. Or in South Korea, in case Kim Jong mentally ill comes down and tries to... My social studies teacher in high school used to call him Kim Jong mentally ill instead of Kim Jong Il. He was an interesting dude. He was the only history teacher I had that was actually kept me from going to sleep. And he would teach us the real history of what actually happened, and then the day before the test, he would go over, okay, here's all the bullshit numbers you need to memorize so that I don't lose my job. Like, this happened on this day. But he would actually tell a story, and the story was so engaging and so cool and so interesting. And it was so depressing when he had to, fucking teach us a bunch of bullshit facts for the test. I wish I had him for the rest of history, but yeah, like we have a bunch of troops in South Korea. Why? Because if we leave, then North Korea is going to come down there and fuck them up, and then you get no Samsung and you get no LG. And think about it. Look at the powerhouse that South Korea has become. They make so much shit better than we do. Look at LG and Samsung. Like, do we produce Flash in America? Oh shit, that truck can't slow down. Behind me. But we don't produce Flash memory in America, do we? No, it's like Samsung, Toshiba, Sony, other companies. We don't produce shit.
We produce stuff.
No, we produce a military. We produce military power that allows other countries that produce shit to produce shit without getting invaded.
Yeah, but we produce Teslas.
No, we don't. How much of what is in this car came from America?
Well, it's assembled in where?
Who made the screen?
Something.
Assembled. And poorly assembled, by the way. But, no, like, who made the screen in this car? Is this LCD made by RCA? Is that LCD made by Magnavox? Is that LCD made by General Electric? I don't
They
know.
get it flown.
We don't make shit. Who made the computer in this car? Where was the processor manufactured?
But here's the thing, we also don't have to deal with a lot of the e-waste that comes from putting all these components together, right? And we are not going to be that toxic sludge of all the stuff. That's
Yeah,
why we
export
send it off to another country, and then we're like, yeah, give us a nice finished product, we'll take it.
Yeah, and then it gets burned in Africa.
Yeah.
So many e-waste companies, like they get certified to do it, but they just give it off to somebody else who then does what we...
They say, pinky promise you're not going to just dig a hole and just dump it in there, okay?
Yeah, that's what happens.
Right. Or dump it in the park. That kind of stuff. So yeah, what was I going to say?
Riding on the highway, looking for adventure.
But yeah, I really feel like the U.S. is like, we gotta stop this whole big brother kind of thing where we're watching out for everybody, because are people from other countries sending troops to watch us? Not really. It's like we're responsible for ourselves.
Like, we're looking out for our interests, though. South Korea not getting invaded by North Korea is good for our interests, because it fucks out over our economy if Samsung and LG and all those companies just get taken over by some fucking dictator. And you know that's what's gonna happen. Okay.
Yeah, but like, we don't have to be in Okinawa.
North Korea is waiting there with a larger army than any country on earth. And they have like 2 or 3 million people in the standing army, something like that. But like, they have, I think, one of the largest armies, and they are just waiting there for us to leave, so that they could just, take over everything in South Korea.
You know what? I would say, yeah, you can't just put all the pressure on the United States. You gotta like equally disperse it. This is what I would do. I would withdraw the U.S. troops out there. Say, South Korea, you guys have a lot of money. You guys have your own military service. I think they require them to do 2 years of the military service. You guys handle this stuff, okay? We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna send our troops back home. We're gonna take our military gear with us too. Seriously, we're not gonna destroy it. We're gonna take it, or maybe sell it to you guys, or give it off. It's not the whole destroy thing, okay? Because that pisses me off.
I'll get you a phone from General Electric on that.
I still wonder why we did not move the aircraft out from Afghanistan. Like, why did we have to keep it there? If I was like president and I knew, hey, we are going to be withdrawing in a couple months, I would have said, okay, we're going to do this in stages. We're going to move all the expensive things out, and we're going to keep a few things there, and then the last thing we'll move that stuff out to. Like, have the heavy equipment moving outwards. And that way nobody would be left behind. It would be a smooth transition. We wouldn't have to destroy millions upon millions of dollars worth of equipment, and all our bulletproof vests and things, and that wouldn't be left behind. So a force that is not with the United States could use our own equipment.
I'm sure somebody thought of that. There's probably a reason that we don't understand as to why things happen the way they
But
did.
you could have, if you had a couple of months, you can't tell me there wasn't time to move that stuff out. There was time to move that stuff out.
I'm not a general. I have no idea how that
I
shit
think they were just like, we don't want to do it. We'll just get rid of it. Just burn it. That's what I think happened. Because, they also left dogs there too, right?
I don't know how much of that story is real.
That's what I've heard. They said it was contracted out dogs.
Does that normally happen to the dogs?
No, they were just left out in their crates, allegedly. But thankfully an animal organization came and rescued them.
It's kind of fucked up.
But like German Shepherds were left in crates. You know those kind of crates that Mr. Clinton has? The plastic one? Yeah, they put the dogs in there, tied them up, and just left them there.
Withdrawing from that was a mess.
Contractors, allegedly.
Trump never did that withdrawal because he did not want the PR nightmare to be on his watch. Like, he always said, let's leave Afghanistan, but he never did it because he knew that the reality
Oh, it's gone?
of leaving Afghanistan was horrible. Okay, good to know. That's not a roll. That is a troll.
What I'm curious to know is, because it's already been done, what would Trump's plan been? Because some people speculate that Trump said we're going to withdraw in this state, and if he, if he set it up so if Biden did win, then he would have a total cluster in front of him. So I was wondering, did Trump ever release, like, okay, this was my exact plan. Obviously, I can share it with you guys because we're already out there, so no top secret stuff here. But curious, very, very curious. I never heard Biden talk about this at all until maybe a month or two beforehand.
Biden was trying to get people to leave Afghanistan dating back to May. He was telling Americans to leave and they didn't.
South ramp on the left.
Oh, really?
Interstate 89 South, right?
Okay, if they didn't want to leave, just leave them there.
That's
They're
me.
like, y'all just, what? If they don't want to leave, they can stay there. That's what I would do if I was president.
Yeah, but it's still
I'm
me.
telling you guys to leave. If you guys don't want to leave, then don't come
There are lots of
crying.
times where I'm about to leave and Erica doesn't want to go and she's grazing. I don't just leave.
No, but there's a difference here. These are U.S. citizens, correct? U.S. citizens who live in the United States. They might live, I don't know, in Iowa or something. Why the hell would you want to stay in Afghanistan? Why wouldn't you want to be with your family? Why would you want to be, unless you want to go and join like the Afghan army, why would you want to stay there? Do you have that much faith in the Afghan army that you think they're going to hold up their own?
Yeah.
Because from what I was hearing, people said that they didn't have faith in the
Now take
Afghan
the
army even
Interstate
beforehand.
89 South ramp on the left.
Oh, okay. I wasn't on I-89 South. That was what the stupid map tells me I'm going to. Okay, I'm a dumbass.
So
I was on Route 9.
maybe there's something that I'm missing, but why would you want to stay in Afghanistan if you know, especially if you know how the Afghan troops are? I mean, you have in-person, knowledge.
They're trolls.
Yeah, I would just leave their ass. It's not the freaking U.S.'s responsibility. 20 years is long enough. But yeah, if I was president, I would have had a complete game plan.
If Erica was president.
Yeah, I would.
If Erica was
And I would make
president, you
sure-
get pelted with so
I
many
would make
tomatoes.
sure that we would keep military presence to a minimal. I would say, you know what?
You don't get the briefings that Trump and Biden and everybody else did. There's what you say you would do, and then there's what you would actually do once you have all that shit on your desk. And they say, by the way, if we do this, this happens. But nobody else knows but you.
How do you know that would happen, though?
It's
Why do we
easy to say
continue
what
doing
we
the
would
same
do.
kind of thing? No, because I would say, look, if you cannot control your own country without U.S. forces, then you got to up your own military game. Cannot depend on the U.S. hemorrhaging money for forever just to take care of another country.
The U.S. has
We
been
gotta
leveraging money on many countries.
We got to take care of ourselves.
We don't take care of ourselves anyway.
Well, we have to
Might as well take care of
ourselves.
Afghanistan.
No. Or do you know how much what we
We're
could
not
have done with all that money to
That
help
money
US
is never
citizens?
going to help U.S. citizens. Or
Why
that
not?
money, we kiss that money goodbye the moment you give it to the military. Like it's never coming back.
That's why I said I would have downsized the military.
Good luck with that. Eisenhower is talking about doing that. That's never going to happen. When has the military budget gone down in the last 50 years?
Yeah.
50, 60 years? That was Eisenhower's warning at the end of his presidency, his leaving address. Military industrial complex.
Like I
What
said,
happened?
I think military spending can
Wow,
definitely be
nice
cut.
tailgating.
Loading. It's like bloatware.
Deer crossing. Are you ready for a deer to come to the window, Erica? It's coming.
No. And then the other thing that I hear about, for instance, they say people in the military want to fix their own stuff. Sometimes they have training too, but they can't do it because they have contractors do it.
I hate
And then it
looks like
costs
a
them
giant
so much
mosquito.
freaking money.
That felt good. I hate giant mosquitoes. Freaking cunts.
But yeah, it costs so much money to go through a contractor. It's like, why don't you just have your own specialized people on payroll? And
Because the
then,
people, so I imagine somebody, were you about to turn with no turn signal? I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing, Toyota Tundra. I'm awful. I think part of the big, well, look at that tailgating area. Look at this. You gotta see this shit. Look at this. This car in front of me, look at how hardcore he's tailgating the guy in front of me.
yes,
That's like half a car distance, if even. That's no following distance.
yeah.
You cunts, to cut that shit out.
But what were you saying?
He's gonna cause a giant pileup. This is so retarded.
Yeah, it's a little too close. What were you saying?
I imagine that there is lobbying that goes on.
Yeah, of course.
Where they say, hey, we'll give you this military equipment in exchange. You need to allow us to be the unique servicer, and we'll get you reelected, or we'll help you with this position. We'll buy you a house. Or I don't know what the fuck it is. It has to be something corrupt. Like the thing is, I can't tell you what the specific corruption is. I have no experience and no first-hand knowledge. It's just when you see how ridiculous the deal is, it's impossible to believe that this was done because it was in the best interest of the country.
You need some frugal people over there.
And that's the thing with populism. Like, people turn off their brain a little. Like, they don't demand the specific evidence and proof all the time because it's just a feeling that something's fucked up. And that feeling at some point overcomes any requirement for very, very specific evidence on how the entire thing works. You just assume a conspiracy because there's no way in hell that the system the way it is was devised for the good of the benefit of the taxpayer.
Well, no,
it was never.
It's not a conspiracy. People who work in the military say that, yeah, you can buy a screw for like 10 cents and then they get charged $1 for that same screw. Because markup. And then it's not just one screw, it's like many, many, many screws. And it's obscene, but that's the way things go. It's so unpatriotic to gouge your own country, in my opinion.
They don't see it as gouging. They just see it as the country should have looked to more people. The country should have gotten another estimate. See what I'm talking about? If you apply your drive savers idea to everybody else.
Yeah?
I'm not being patriotic. The country had their options. They went with me.
Yeah. And that's why I said there has to be an overhaul and people get rid of these greedy ass contractors.
But the thing is, as long
Or
as
do
that
your own
mentality
shopping.
exists, if that mentality exists, then it's pervasive. That's what. Like, it's going to be everywhere, not just in the military. Even when it means ripping off what is the difference between ripping off someone who was looking for a charge port, who was getting data recovery when all they need is a charge port versus charging $60 for a screw?
I
It's like
wonder-
somebody said yes to it, so I guess it's okay.
I wonder how it'd be if the military spending was heavily criticized by a bunch of like people who are keenly aware of costs and they err on the side of being frugal. Not
Probably
all this
ends up-
will work. Huh?
They probably end up in a.
They're like, wait, you need these kind of screws? How many screws do we go through? 35,000 a year? We'll buy 40,000.
Free and
We'll buy
open
them
source software.
instead of buying a $1
Wait,
screw.
that says FOSS. Does that really mean free and open source software? Is someone driving a car that's advocating free and open source software? Bro, I can't get too close. I don't want to get too close to read that, but I think that car actually says free FOSS on the back. Nice.
In 1 mile, take the Interstate 93 north exit on
But
the
what do you-
right toward Interstate 393,
Louis,
US 4.
What do you think about that?
About what?
If the government knows that, let's say they're going through about 40,000 of a certain screw every year, why don't they just buy it from Home Depot directly, cut out the damn contractor, and say, here, you go through 35,000 screws, we'll buy 40,000 screws. If you need more, let us know a month or two out, we'll order them more.
I don't know.
You save like, you know,
genuinely
10
don't.
times markup doing it that way.
I genuinely don't know.
That's what I would do.
What exit am I supposed to be getting off at?
North 93.
I'm supposed to be going I-93 north.
I mean, I just say hire a bunch of people at $100K a year and then have them manage it.
Hire a bunch of bean counting.
Yeah, military too. They work for the U.S. government, so they don't have any of this like conflict of interest kind of stuff.
Okay, we're looking for the one to Concord.
Now take the Interstate 93 north exit on the right.
Okay, that's this.
In 1,000 feet, keep left to take Interstate
truck. You see the
93
truck
north.
sign? They're saying why you should not take your truck more than 25 miles an hour to this turn. Because the truck tips over. When a truck tips over, who fixes that? Like, who picks it up?
I don't know.
And how does it get picked up?
I have no idea. Imagine more
Now
trucks
keep
have
left to
them.
take Interstate 93 north.
Are you kidding? It's no time whatsoever. Oh, it's a good thing I have this car.
Yeah.
If I was in a Nissan Sentra, that would have been close. Because there was someone right behind me on that. I love this car's ability to just tap the gas and launch. Like, that's what it feels like it's doing. It's launching. I would have been scared shitless to make that. Because you make an exit, and then like 300 feet later, it wants you to go onto an exit on the opposite side when there's a bunch of traffic. How the hell are you supposed to do that? Except for the Family Guy method. The Family Guy Asian driver method, I suppose. I go now. Good luck, everybody. I kind of wonder if that's what Erica would do.
No, I'm actually a very safe driver, as I said. I'm actually a very cautious driver.
Probably better than me.
No, I go under the speed limit.
She probably drives better than me. I want to see her drive, but she won't show me.
You've seen me drive. You see me drive.
I've never seen you drive on the highway.
Not on the highway.
She'd be like, eek. She'd be... I'm very curious to see what your highway driving is. Look at that big GMC truck ahead. What's the next exit? It says exit 15E. 15E. And that's on the right, and a mile and a half. This
In
car.
1 mile, take exit 15E on the right onto Interstate 393 East, US 4 East toward Loudon, Portsmouth.
Does New Hampshire have tolls?
What?
Does New Hampshire have tolls?
I did not tell this map to avoid tolls, so it's likely I should have done that, but
I don't think they have tolls. This ain't New Jersey. Toll Central. Ooh, look at this. Looks like a shopping mall. What do we got here?
I have an easy pass now, so but that doesn't mean that I should be less
No, it's
cognizant
Uno.
of tolls. I
We
should
got
still be cognizant of
Petco,
tolls.
FedEx, Einstein Bagels. Petco, I said that. Hello, Bean.
Now
Hello,
take
Bean.
exit 15E on the right.
Hannaford. What else do we got here? Verizon, Panera, Sports Clips.
Look at the truck tipping over.
Yeah, no, watch out.
I hate that sign. That's why I got this instead of the Y or the X or any larger or an SUV. Because I know that at some point I'm going to swerve. And I don't think that crashing is going to be what kills me in a car. I think it's going to be swerving and tipping over.
Yeah, but this car is quite safe because they got the heavy batteries on the underside of it, right?
Yeah, I really like the way this maneuvers. You watch, if you go to a learn quickly, lean quick. See that?
Yeah.
Like at that. When I was in the Sentra and I did that, you would feel the car rocking back and forth
Yeah.
for 5 seconds after I did that. It'd be like ding, 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 ding. But most of that is probably the battery rather than the car actually being built well.
What do you think about the Sentra compared to your Tesla?
I miss my lawnmower, I really do. The problem that I have is that I fall in love with every vehicle that I use. When I had my first bike that had a square wave controller on it instead of a sine wave controller that would blow rotors all the time and do wheelies and pop me off of it, I fell in love with that little motor. Even the little shitty square wave controller.
Did you like Steve's car?
I didn't drive it much. Well, like when I drove the Tesla Model 3, I fell in love with it. Even though it was built, the shitty build quality and all the Tesla mean bugs. When I drove that Nissan Sentra lawnmower, I started to fall in love with it a little bit. I got attached to it. Even the one where the steering stopped working on the highway and almost killed me. And then I had the other one that started smoking. And then I had the third one that had a check engine light on it all the time. But I still loved my little lawnmower. I called it my little lawnmower. And I even thought about purchasing it. That video had a very interesting thumbnail. It said purchasing the lawnmower and had a picture of you. You with you carrying your little person looking at the camera. Remember that video?
Yeah, I do.
That was an adorable thumbnail. But I thought about purchasing the lawnmower because you didn't get motion sick in it.
Yeah, I get motion sick when home.
How motion sick are you right now?
I'm okay right now.
On a scale of 1 to 10. From 1 to Elon.
I don't feel motion sick right now.
I'm trying to get better at driving so that Erica feels less motion sick.
What's the setting right here?
Driving with this car, the thing is regenerative braking, you have to drive with one pedal rather than two, and it requires you to get used to it. Because when you take your foot off the pedal, it starts braking, it doesn't coast. So you have to be very careful with your gradations of how you take your foot off the pedal in order for your passenger to not get motion sick. So it requires taking your foot off the pedal very naturally.
I freaking hate the hold setting, you guys.
I like hold because I don't like rolling. Because I don't, like, I'm going up a hill, and then, when I stop, the car just fucking starts going backwards. It's like, what the fuck?
Hold feels really aggressive, like you can feel the acceleration, and it's just like stop, start, stop, start, stop.
That's
start.
because I'm a bad driver.
It's just like, it makes me queasy.
That's because I'm a shitty driver. When it comes to driving an electric vehicle and being used to the regenerative braking, I need to learn how to do that much better than I do right now.
But yeah, like Steve's car, Steve has a gasoline-powered car, right? And I have no problem sitting 15 hours in that car. Not at all at one time, mind you. But I have no problem being in that car.
The lack of regenerative braking is a big part of it, but also Steve is a much better driver than I am because he has about 7 years more experience. So it's a combination. Like, you have someone the electric vehicle with the regenerative braking is already going to make you more motion sick, but the fact that I suck at driving also adds to that experience. I'm working on it. I'm looking at my screen, checking to see how my regenerative braking is. Trying to take my foot off the pedal slower. Well, this is actually a great time to practice because I should be going slower. Or should I be?
Yeah, your speed limit's 45, you're at 62.
Yeah, and this person behind me is tailgating me.
Yeah, well.
What do? It's a giant truck. That could be a Silverado.
So if he
I'm
hits
afraid
you,
of Silverado.
If he hits you, that's on him.
He hits me, I dead.
Huh?
He hits
yeah,
me,
but
I
he'll be
dead.
at fault.
Yeah, but I'll be dead.
You're not
Who cares
gonna
if
get
I'm
so close. You're not gonna be dead.
I'll be dead.
No, no.
I'll be run over. You'll be a
What?
smushed
Yeah.
coconut.
No.
You're just smushed out.
What? You don't think this car can take that car from behind?
I think it would take it from behind. I just don't think we'd enjoy it very much.
Yeah. All I know is
That's going to wind up being clipped.
Oh, that would be a very, very, very happy lawsuit. Ooh, look at this trees.
Tesla meme car. Car is a meme. What's that to my left? Tractors?
Simon.
No, there was a tractor store by far. What is this? No, don't you dare. Make eye contact with you. Make sure you see me.
Ooh, tractor supply store.
I know.
Ooh, they have cheap
Never rely on
cat
that.
litter. What?
So never rely on the
They
fact
have
that they
cheap
see me.
cat litter.
It says they're hiring. Tractor
They
supply.
sell really cheap cat litter.
There are a lot of farms in New Hampshire. And if so, what do they produce? We saw a corn farm the other day, but I forget if that was Vermont or New Hampshire. I think, oh no, that was New Hampshire. That was around Keene. It was a corn farm, Erica. Old Walpole Road.
Auction appraisals. What are they? Oh, they're auctioning cars, boats, healthy buffaloes.
In 1 mile, turn left onto Main Street.
Main Street. Are we getting towards the city? It sounds like the city doesn't know. Whenever I hear Main Street, I think we must be heading into a city.
Yeah, we're heading into a place where all the cookie places are closed.
Oh, shush.
We were on Main Street when all the cookies were closed before, remember?
That was not a happy Main Street.
That was a Main Street.
I wonder why Keene doesn't have much tourists. I understand now. If I was tourist, I'd be like, what the?
How did that slow down feel, by the way, Erica?
It's okay.
Okay, I'm working on slowing down and doing it better.
Thank you.
My foot off. I'm working on this. This is a
Choice
skill,
furniture.
but I can get better at it if I try, and I'm gonna try. I will learn how to drive an electric vehicle if it kills me. Eventually, maybe I'll get. You never know. Maybe I'll get regenerative braking on my bike someday. Because my bike has no regenerative braking because it's a mid-drive motor.
Wow, look at all the tractors.
It's a
Tractors and RVs. RVs is camping. Damn, I wonder how being in one of those.
Tell me how
RVs
this stop is, Erica. I'm gonna come to a stop slowly. Huh?
Oh,
On a scale of 1 to 10 with motion sickness, how was that?
that's okay.
This car in front of us is very expensive.
SL550.
That's a fucking expensive car.
Pretty damn sure my uncle had one of those.
It's a convertible.
Okay.
Can you Google what that costs? An SL550. I'm very curious. Even just what the base minimum is.
Depends on the year, yeah.
Just the general idea. So look at that shitty house to the left of us. Ugh. Falling apart shingle shack.
114,000
Jesus.
starting. Yeah.
Now turn left onto Main Street.
Eric, it's amazing. Look at that. That's a fancy Audi sports car over there. I wonder what the average salary here is. You have a $120,000 Mercedes and a super fancy Audi supercar over there. That wasn't a normal Audi sedan. That was one of the racing ones.
I don't know why you would go get a convertible.
Oh, those
Well,
people like
sun
rain.
damage. I think you can put the hood up though, yeah.
So that all the hoes can see your vehicle. You need to get a convertible so that you can cheat on your wife easier. That was a shitty stop. I'm sorry.
Cow manure.
That was a really shitty stop. Sorry. Yeah, Erica's motion sickness is more my shitty driving than Erica having a problem. Working on it. Working on it.
Like I say, Steve asked, he said, do you feel motion sick in the Mercedes? I was like, no, it's actually very smooth.
In Rich's videos, a guy named Steve steals his woman. In my videos, eventually a guy named Steve will steal my woman. That was smooth driving. Was that the guy's name that was sitting next to me when we did that video?
What?
Was his name Steve? I forget his name. I think it was Steve.
For what?
In 1,000
Rich's friend,
feet,
the one that was
bear
there.
left to stay on
Stefan
Main
or
Street.
Steven, something like that.
Yeah. So that's something that Rich and I are gonna have in common. A person named Steve steals our girl. Rip my love life. Looks to the left, Erica.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the graveyard.
Now bear left to stay on Main Street.
You know who steals girls very easily?
Not Oreo.
It is Oreo, actually. Oreo's very good with the women.
He's never gotten a lady in his life. No Blackberry, no nothing.
That's different. Blackberry doesn't want Clinton either. She doesn't. She just doesn't want guys.
This is insane. So I calculated it, and it would have been. I was on track to have 230 miles of range when this trip was done, and I'm actually on track right now to have
In
231
1,000
miles
feet,
when it's done.
bear
So the
right
range
to
usually
stay
lies.
on Main Street.
Elon's range counter usually lies, but I think that's because of my shitty driving, and I think me improving my driving makes the range counter more honest, because usually that range counter is not honest.
Now
I've been
bear
trying to be very
right to
cognizant
stay
of my
on Main
efficiency.
Street.
I've been very cognizant of my efficiency, and the range counter has not lied. And I have the air conditioner on, and the air conditioner usually fucks up the range quite a bit. I have the AC on because if I don't, this little DJI camera will burn, and I don't want the lithium battery exploding in my car.
You know, so a place like this, I kind of wonder, do they accept credit cards? That tells me no. Excuse me. I was wondering, do you accept MasterCard or Discover?
It's the side of the road, Eric.
And my internet's not that great, but
Oh yeah, you couldn't pay in Bitcoin here because
whoa.
speaking of shitty driving. I was trying to slow down slower with the regenerative braking thing, and then I wound up slowing down too slow, so I had to use slam on normal brake. In an effort to make Erica less motion sick, I wound up making her more motion sick. Because usually I'm very liberal with the regenerative braking. I'll regenerate the crap out of it. But the problem with that is it makes everybody in the car sick as hell. So what you could do is use less of it, but it's like, but if you get the timing wrong on it, then you gotta slam on the normal brake. Learning experience.
In
Erica,
1,000
learning
feet,
experience.
turn left onto Suncook Valley
Erica always
Road.
tells me learning experience. Every time I fuck something up or I lose money or I make a bad life
Yeah,
decision,
learning
she says,
experience.
it's like here it's a learning experience at the expense of Erica's stomach though. I feel bad about
Yeah, well, that's why I have motion sickness patches even on the back of my ears.
Now turn left onto Suncook Valley
that.
Road.
What the hell are you talking about? This is a right. Oh,
Famous
it's a right to
cider
left.
donuts. Apple cider donuts. I love donuts. I love apple cider donuts. That's one thing I learned from New Hampshire and Vermont.
donut, Erica.
They got great donuts. It's very tasty stuff.
Look at that barn over there. This is a very, very ruralish area. That truck is for sale.
What?
It said for sale.
This
Got
one's
houses for sale. You want to live in that house, Erica?
This far?
Yeah. Look at all the space that Oreo has to graze. Look, Oreo could graze in the field over here.
It's a little much.
Why don't you want to let Oreo graze in the field?
Because I'm going to have to call APB out for that cat. I don't even see a single cat here. Do you know why? They all died. I seriously don't see any cats here. I've never seen a single stray cat. But I see a bunch in,
Whoa,
Brooklyn.
did you see that car? That looked like a child was driving it. I mean, like an actual child. I didn't get a good look there. What are you doing?
I love how they have these homemade signs.
WTF.
It's like a piece of wood sign, and then they'll just like put some red
He's
marker.
going to that construction
Say like
site.
eggs, jams, you know, that kind of stuff.
He's driving on the line. He's scared of something on the left, I imagine.
Maybe he's just not a good driver.
Maybe he's scared. Two-way streets are scary. They can always hit you.
No, he's gonna turn. You're going over the line, yo. Oh my goodness. Oh jeez, grip bicycles.
Yeah, because it's 55 miles an hour speed limit.
Oh yeah, never mind. That was he was
The
just
bicyclist is
throttle.
riding on the side of the road. He fucked.
Yeah, I know. That's why they would say, "No bicyclists on the road. Get off the road." For bad drivers. I actually don't like bicyclists on the road. It gives me a little anxiety.
Why?
Cause I don't like.
We're
feel
gonna
like,
make this trip someday with a bicycle. You realize that? You're gonna be in the back of the U-Haul.
Oh, I'm gonna come back with.
Spoiled high maintenance.
No.
I want a man to be in a vehicle.
Well, how are we gonna carry all that? We got 3 luggage bags behind us.
You got
2
too much
luggage
stuff.
bags.
And I need you to get a smaller computer than that damn Macintosh SE.
I wasn't the one who put the Macintosh.
You're the one who asked for a better video editing computer.
Yeah, it ain't that though. I know what I want for video editing. It starts with an M and ends with a 1.
Ah, so the machine with the screen cracks on its own.
Yeah. But don't worry, I think I know a repair shop that can fix that.
I don't. I can't get parts to it.
Really? Okay, I guess it just goes to Apple. Wah, wah, wah. Like I did try. Independent repair, can you fix this screen? Can't get screen? Okay, back to Apple.
This is Pittsfield, New Hampshire. What do you think of Pittsfield? There we go.
Oh, look at all those trees. Some of them fell down.
There's a field to our left.
Yeah.
There's so much unsettled land in the United States.
Yeah. You wanna know where they don't have unsettled land? Brooklyn. If you feel like they have too much trees here, feel free to go back to Brooklyn. Land of the one tree. Or Manhattan.
I can't believe you actually said it properly. That's highly unlike you, Aaron.
Juder's Cafe. MSA Gold.
Holy shit. This is a really cool road to randomly accelerate on. And that just took away 2 miles of range there. That little stupid acceleration. But that was fun. Deer crossing. There's deer here, Erica.
Yeah.
Lumber and hardware. Lighting. There's a meat shop, and it's spelled shop, S-H-O-P-P-E.
Nice to meet you.
That's fine. Joy Church. Bell Brothers Fabian Gas. Wait, so this really doesn't even, like, you don't have Exxon or Chevron or Shell, you actually have, like, your
Bell
own small
Brothers
town.
Fabian Gas, yeah.
Two bros gas,
Yeah,
5 bros
Yeah,
pizza.
yeah. 5 Bros Pizza. Not Subway, it's called Sandwich Way.
Green Mountain Furniture Deliveries.
Damn. White Buffalo Old Fashioned Country Store. Local items. Ooh, local items.
That's a big
Now
truck.
hiring.
Salty Dog Pottery Showroom. Salty Dog. That's a weird looking building.
Dwayne Family Farm.
Farm market.
Mums, we have corn.
Farm market.
Cider
You
mill.
want to see what the farm market looks like, Eric?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I don't know how to turn around there, actually.
When you can, you make a left.
Let's take a look at the farm market together. Once I find some place to turn into. I could have turned into that if I wanted to do. Next. Now I see why people look. Oh, no. That's not a road I can take.
Yeah, it's called ditch. Don't go down a ditch. They're gonna be like, oh man, look at this guy. Oh man, New York planes? Yeah, what a dumb ass. Fucking New Yorkers.
They'd be right too.
Yeah. Like, it must be a city
That's
person.
under me. Yeah, that's under me.
Yeah.
Alright, forget the farmer's market.
No, 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 no. Here. Self-storage.
Okay.
Tesla self-storage. Tesla self-storage.
Yeah, but I can't. You pointed out when I'm going 65 miles an hour and there's a car behind me. You know, like, you have to pass it. You have to point it out before the. Granted, I should have seen that too. Admittedly.
Oh, look at that.
You have an incredible talent for pointing out places to stop at as I'm passing.
It's something on the left. No passing zone. Damn it, no, that was on Lake Street.
I should just go into the ditch and then come back out.
No.
I'm sure that's not illegal. I hope you know.
Okay. So. Okay, so you should be able to make a left.
I can make a left here if I wanted. Left only. Okay, go here.
And then just ding into that lot. Go over here. Drive in here.
Drive into this dirt
Do a
road.
3-point pivot. Okay. Over here.
I don't even need to do a 3-point pivot. I can just turn
Okay.
around.
Yeah, there you go. Ta-da.
Let's do this.
Anybody coming back behind you?
Look very carefully, Erica.
There we go.
Look at my dirt road tires that I got here. My
Yeah.
right on red is Imagine Aloud on the middle of nowhere.
Is anybody coming? Fuck, just do it. There's no one here. Who's a Casper the Friendly Ghost gonna hit you? Come on.
She called me a pussy. And highway speed. Speeding up to highway speed is really cool. I don't have to worry about, like, you know, oh shit, somebody's gonna hit me on this road at the 50 or 60 mile an hour speed limit as I make my turn. I just go and I run.
Oh, so who wants to bet that store that I want to check out has apple cider donuts? I want to get apple cider donuts. If anything I have learned from being here is I have a love for apple cider donuts. I do.
Okay, do you remember where that place was?
No. But no, I know we'll see it. We'll see it. I mean, like, we turn now. What?
You sound like that guy's wife in King of the
In
Hill.
1,000 feet, turn right onto Watson Road.
This is telling me how to go to the hotel by the lake.
It was after Watson.
Now turn right onto Watson Road.
See, there's Tesla self-storage.
There has to be another company named Tesla or something. They can't be referring to electric cars up here.
By the way, try slow down, try go towards 55, closer. Because if I tell you to turn, I don't want you to be like, I got that.
You're already going 55, Erica. What are you talking about?
No,
The speed limit on this road is 55. Of course I'm going only 55.
Oh, shit. Actually, it's taking a while. Yeah, you should speed up a little. Nah, I kid. Don't do that.
Telltale.
In 1,000 feet, turn left onto Parade Road.
Okay. So I think in that little over here, this little nook right there, that's it.
Yeah, just slow down.
Yeah,
There's
I
nobody
see.
behind me, so I can slow down.
Yeah, slow down. Because I think that you're going to
Now turn left onto Parade Road.
I'll give you the nice regenerative.
It's coming up,
braking.
I believe. Right around here.
That gas station is called Bosco Bell.
Right around here.
It Is this it?
Oh, motherfucker. Road work ahead.
That's not the
No,
farm.
that's not it. That's not it. Yeah, that's not it.
Keep going.
Yeah, keep going. Here we go. Dwayne Family Farm here.
How the fuck do you, where do you,
Going? What do you mean, how the fuck do you get
this
it?
dirt road?
Yeah. You just backed up on this. What do you think this is? New York? Come on. Don't be so hoity-toity over here.
I like the dirt road.
I don't know what this is.
They're probably thinking, what the fuck is this? Oh, it's beefy on the nose.
Yeah.
It's like a
Whatever.
little clip.
Cider mill? Holy shit. I'm gonna have to buy some cider. Cider from a cider mill. This is gonna be a trip, y'all.
Let's take a look.
Let's go.
I get my camera.
I think they have face masks here. I don't think
Are you
they
fucking kidding? We're in the, look at, there's
They're
three,
gonna look at them like, I
there
heard
are
that-
3 pickup trucks in this lot. There is no way in hell there is a mask
I-
mandate in there.
We heard Cuomo didn't want y'all moving.
No, there's no such thing as a mask mandate when you see pickup trucks, Erica. And that's a fact of life. Alright, one sec. I know. This is beautiful. This building looks.
this is a different.
No, this building is absolutely beautiful. I love it. Like, this is old construction, but this is the type of old construction you can be proud of. This looks really, really cool. Man, hey, you know it's built well too, because it lasted all this time. This ain't some bullshit New York Eugene ass construction. New Hampshire Farm Bureau now. This is lovely. Buttermilk biscuit. You want to get yourself some maple syrup, Erica? Maple syrup? Yeah, maple sugar.
Maple sugar.
This would be an interesting thing to put on my yogurt.
Maple sugar?
Maybe you get one to put on the that peanut butter yogurt that I make. Oh, the cinnamon one. Get the cinnamon one. That's amazing. That'll be perfect. Oh, that'll be the guy.
Okay, let's get the small one.
Hey. Should I allow myself one? Man, what a beautiful place.
Look at this, Maine. I love Maine very much. I have a very soft spot in my heart for Maine.
You enjoyed the Senator when you were there, didn't you? This is beautiful.
Look at this. Inspiration. Great. Inspire. Confidence. Smile. Oh, it's a visor.
Look, you got your eggs there.
I know. Maple farms. What is that? Oh, maple cream.
Chipotle, aioli. That's amazing. I love that stuff. Put that on everything. That's Jordan Peterson's apple cider right there.
What?
Oh, that's a long story, Eric. This is. I love the charm of this little store. I really do. Can you imagine coming here to get your eggs every morning? You get your meats in there. You get your eggs over there. Vegetable lasagna is really good.
Oh, look, it's
what do you think?
ice cream cookie.
No ice cream cookie ever. Can you imagine coming to a small place instead of going to some Crown Vet Whole Foods?
Oh,
You
that's
come here.
beautiful. Look at this.
Hey, you get your meats, you get your eggs, you get your vegetables.
Look at that steak you guys. $20.99.
Absolutely. Have a great day, sir.
How are you?
Ooh, look at this.
There's only so many desserts we can fit in the car, Erica.
You could eat them on the way to the car.
Man, this is such a cool looking place.
Oh, I don't need a bag.
Sure. Oh, yeah. So some happens now. So, and we don't do paper. You can email or text you a receipt if you want.
Yeah, can you text me one?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Can I clip it in?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do I have the discipline not to eat these until I have a proper lunch? No.
Thank you. That's
no.
good.
Set?
Okay, yeah.
Yes?
All
No.
set. Thank you so much.
By the way, do you have a restroom here?
The only thing we have is a porta potty right here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Not a problem.
All right.
Oh my goodness, you're gonna eat it right now? Jeez.
Just one.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't do just one. This is impossible. This is amazing. My God, this is good.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's this too. Lunch later.
I know he's gonna be like, wait a second.
I'm gonna go get some
It's
more.
gonna be gone. I love this place. Boy, look.
Actually, you know what? Which one would you say is more popular, the Lake one or this one or that one? This one? Okay.
It looks like chocolate.
I'm gonna,
That one and the one next to it.
these two.
Yes, they're made by the same company. Those are the most like popular.
Yeah, I'll take one.
Black garlic.
I love this perfect because we're from New York, so normally when you see little stores like this, it's just so you just see like tourist traffic.
Yeah. That's how it's been all year. There's a lot of people come out from New York, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut. They all
Looking
have
for
big
peace.
houses and stuff.
And
So they stop. They find out about this place. They're like, oh my God, fresh veggies, this, that. So.
You probably think to yourself like, wow, these people are just like, oh.
No, absolutely not.
They're like, it's so
appreciate it.
beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what they say too. They don't have little shops like this, so it's like, when they see it, they stop and
We just like stop and like savor the moment.
right?
This is beautiful.
Yeah,
Ready, Erica?
Yeah, thank you so much.
Long rest.
There's the porta potties over there, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah,
I can't keep holding this because I'm going to eat it.
Have a great day.
I got myself a cookie.
Wait, you got a cookie? Erica, put that back. Erica, did you seriously get a cookie?
I did.
No cookie.
I'm going to the porta potty. Yeah, don't hold my bag. I don't want to bring in
Sure,
porta
take
potty.
this.
But no.
OnlyFans? No OnlyFans. I'll be in the car. Or as they say in Massachusetts, car. Car. Oh, that's so cute. Erica thought someone would be wearing a mask in there. That's adorable. If the ratio of pickup truck to sedan is 2-1. There will not be any masks in the venue. Very peaceful up here. I could imagine going to that store to get my eggs for morning breakfast, my vegetables and things for lunch and dinner, going back to my house. Simple little life. A very simple little life. But a happy life. This is so out of place here. Oh well. Where's that thing mark? Where'd she go? Erica. I hope she didn't fall in.
Where'd my bag go?
In the back of the car.
Oh.
In the back seat. She's double checking. She doesn't trust me. She's like, you took my bag. It's not in front of me. I need to inspect bag before we go. You actually made your noise, Erica. You went Not only did she check one door, she checked the other one. She's like, I don't trust it.
What?
You're like, I don't trust you. Where you put my bag?
No, I don't. So we got this. So this I'm gonna get the cat sitter.
It's not a 360 camera, Erica.
Oh.
Oh God, she's going in front of. Erica, come on out.
Can I see it?
Erica,
What?
it's time to come back inside so we can go.
I'm putting this stuff away. Don't you understand? I have a little cookie stack.
You do not get cookies, Erica. No cookie.
I would have loved to buy the apple cider donuts, but it was too much for me. I just want one. Okay. Let's see. Ooh. Look at this, you guys.
Beautiful. AutoZone wiper fluid.
Ooh. I normally don't do this, and I had to try this cookie. I didn't even try my cookie I bought from yesterday yet, but I'll try this one.
I could use a lunch once there's a...
Well, I was gonna say you could use a cookie.
No, lunch.
Oh, it's a beautiful cookie.
What do you think of this little store? Can you imagine,
Oh, it's
like,
nice.
coming here to pick up breakfast? I mean, getting all the things you need once a week to be able to make breakfast, and then just going back to your home in your town. Like, I wouldn't hate that. I don't think that would be a horrible life. What do you think? Like, would it be a horrible life having a nice house here
Oh,
in this, and just going to get your groceries at a place like that instead of some shithole bodega or something overpriced, overcrowded Whole Foods?
this tastes almost identical to a Toll House cookie.
Let's see. When will I be able to go?
It's nice. It's
There's
chewy.
There's 2 trucks over there that are blocking my view. This is gonna be interesting.
Not the best cookie I've had. A little too sweet, but nice cookie.
Rocket launch. Yeah,
Brought to you by Erica's Cookie Review.
that would have been very awkward to do in a Sentra. That guy was probably a little too close for comfort behind me. It does kind of encourage you to lose that skill of, with this car, of can I like accelerate onto this road with a 60 mile an hour speed limit in time, because you don't have to care. Look at all the skid marks. You could tell that somebody skid on this road before.
Yeah.
I feel bad when I see that. It means someone almost died. Every one of those marks means somebody was incredibly nervous that was it. That was their time. Tesla self-storage. That has to be like the guy's name is Tesla and he just hasn't been sued yet because it's in this town. We're in Barnstead, New Hampshire. So I think what that guy does is he has a farm, or his family has a farm, and then they take all the things that they grow at the farm and they bring it to the store.
Yeah.
Those are probably his eggs.
Maybe. He had a whole bunch of apples.
That's his eggs, that's his meat, that's his shit there most of the time.
No. That's not all his stuff. Some of these, I think what they do is they sell it on behalf of farmers because they work with the Farm Bureau. So some of the stuff was obviously produced there, maybe like the cookies, right? But the popcorn, that was actually resold. So they get it from a company that makes it, and then they sell it, I believe, and they make a little profit. So they sell it on their behalf. Maybe they swing by every week to replenish. Yeah.
Look at all the antique cars over there.
I have to say, it's been quite a while since I've used a porta potty.
How was it? Do you want to use the Purell wipes on your hands?
No. They had Purell in there.
Great. Video game detox. That sign said video game detox on it. I love the feel of that little market.
Fresh air. They didn't have AC in there, right? It was just fans and open air. So.
But that's what it means to be free.
Oh look, there's a Dollar General over there. Barnstead County Store over there.
That is what it means to be free, Eric. Freedom.
Make snacking a little sweet. Everglades, maple, caramel. This, I have to say, this does look very tasty. It tastes like caramel corn, but maple flavor.
You can't have a cookie, a brownie, an ice cream, and a maple caramel. You must give at least one of the above them.
Huh? Give up what? Why?
For treats for you, Eric.
Okay. You know I could live off of, you guys? Bacon, steak, eggs, veggies, cookie, popcorn,
No
brownie.
No cookie.
But most of my diet when we're not traveling is basically low carb, like chicken, salad, tomato, that kind of stuff. So seeing me like eat like this, I don't eat like this all the time. But now I'm thinking like, hey, I want to try the cookies around the country, so that's it. Let me try how the cookie at that little county store tastes like. And then I actually have a little sweet memory. But I have quite a bit of cookies. I have, look, this is my third cookie that I feel like a cookie monster. Other people were like, really? I still have the
I think
crumble
you're just a
cookies.
monster.
I still have not finished those cookies from like 3 days ago. And I bought a cookie today and I bought a cookie
I
yesterday.
think you're just a monster.
Yeah.
Do you feel how cold that air is? Put your hands out the window for a moment.
Oh, that's nice. You know, I gotta say, one thing I like about going to these county stores is I don't feel like there's like an insane makeup markup like if you go to a New York tourist spot. You see what I'm saying? Like if you go to a souvenir shop
Yeah,
in
you're
New
getting
York,
raped.
right?
You're just
You
bending
buy
your-
anything, it's gonna be like $7 a candy bar. But over here, it's like you know that it's not just you going to that county store; it's just regular average Joes. So it's not like you got tourist pricing plus regular person's pricing. But yeah, support local businesses. Real, you know, that's really important. So, as I shared with you guys, right? Everything I'm buying, I try to see where is it coming from.
Landry's Tax Service. Berkshire Hathaway Realty over there. It's on a lake. What's that thing holding up the lines over there?
That's a telephone guy.
Oh, that's the people. It's not holding up. That's the
Yeah,
people
that's
actually
a little
working.
guy. That little Lego man is actually a person. There's like a guy in all yellow. I'm like, that Lego man is a person. So yeah, in case you guys are curious to see how much cookie I ate not that much of the cookie.
He's a cookie thief.
Yeah, but I don't eat too much cookie. I nibble. He knows that very well.
He's a cookie thief.
Right? I nibble, 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 nibble. That's why even though people hear about me eating cookies, it's not like I'm eating cookie all day, all night kind of thing. I nibble all day.
Look at all the American flags there.
I love it.
Oh, no, UPS truck.
When you had to stop, I'll show people how much cookie I ate. So I think cookies are best shared with another person. So that way, if you have one cookie, you share it with another person, and then you share the love, share the sweetness
What sweetness?
of the cookie.
I don't have sweetness.
Yeah, that's why you're salty. You're a salty New Yorker.
What do you see in being a salty New Yorker?
Cookies. I see the path to making you a sweet person through cookies. That's what I see.
The female desire to change a man. It's
To
one
make
of the
you
most-
turn into one giant cookie.
It's one of the strongest desires in the world. The female desire to change a man.
You're always gonna be probably around the same. What is that? Clean fill. I think that clean fill is garden or something. Or cement or gravel, I forgot what it was. Molten bed biscuit. Pet boarding, pet daycare bed. Oh, it's for animals, not humans.
Outside in construction. They must be responsible for building all those sheds on the street in New York.
Yeah. homestead is over there. You know what a homestead is, right?
Yeah, it's when they do everything on their own.
Yeah.
Make their own food, make their own babies, mint their own electricity, fabricate their own processors, write their own repair. Yeah, I watch this channel from time to time, An American Homestead. He watches my stuff too.
Really?
Yeah, he was a subscriber. I watch his stuff from time to time. I like it. I haven't not gone all in on this whole Great Reset thing.
Does
but
he-
I
does
enjoy
he-
his content.
Does he raise his own animals?
I know he shoots his own animals.
Okay, then he raises them too. So he probably has to harvest them too. Gut them, that kind of stuff, cut them up, yeah. Sunflower gardens.
Drug-free school zone. This is drug-free.
There's a school.
There's a sign that says, literally has a cross through drugs. That's definitely gonna fix it.
No drugs, yeah.
LOL.
Oh, look at this. Prospect
What are you
Mountain.
doing? You stupid fucking piece of shit car.
Prospect
That's
Mountain.
left only, you cunt. You see what it did?
Yeah, why don't you go to school?
It wanted me to go into the left only lane.
Yeah, which is school.
It gets so
In
confused
1
when the
mile,
lane ends and it has to
turn
go to
right
a new
onto Main Street. Then keep left to take Wolfboro Highway.
Oh, let's see where Main Street is. For sale! Run your business here.
I sincerely doubt I'm convincing anybody to move here.
Why not?
But
Say, think about it. You can go grab your eggs over there. You know?
because
Eggs over there. You can go buy your stuff from the homestead down the street.
it's really strange because a lot of the people that live here do not use city amenities at all, yet they feel strongly about living in a city.
Well, that place over there that I just went to, they didn't even have a restroom. They had a porta potty. And I don't think that was just for customers. I think they really just don't have a restroom. I think they only have a porta potty. RV parks over here. Dollar General over here. It's not Family Dollar. We just got Dollar Generals.
What's the difference?
Family Dollars, everything's a dollar. Dollar Generals, like things are more than a dollar.
Family Dollar is everything is a dollar?
No, not Family Dollar. Dollar Tree.
No, that's
Dollar Tree.
So what's Family Dollar?
Family Dollar is like things are cheap. It's like $1, $2, $3, but it's not
Look,
even
Eric,
like,
that's our hotel.
what the hell?
Look, AC and cable, open year round.
Wait, there's OSB on some of these poles.
Oh, I really wanted to check that out.
Now bear right onto Main Street.
Gosh, they'll be like, this is the nicest car at the cheapest hotel in the area.
Now keep left to take Wolfboro Highway.
Oh man, I really wanted
Commercial
to
lot for sale, 7 acres. Here, that's enough square footage to put your store in.
Look, it's a McDonald's.
I know, hungry for some fries, maybe a job. We have both.
Okay, that's funny. Hungry for some fries or a job? We have both.
Yeah. Urgent care. Ooh, we got a bakery over here.
That is a fucking retarded sign. Are you serious? Hungry for some fries, maybe a job. We have both. Oh, pay people more than fucking $7 an hour. You'll hire people. Nobody's hungry. Working at McDonald's fucking sucks. Like that's
Have
a
you
teenage
worked at
job.
McDonald's?
I have not. I have friends that work there, and I also applied to work at KFC because I knew someone who worked there.
What?
I got hired at Modell's anyway. Modell's still suck, but it's a million times better than working at a fucking McDonald's.
Yeah, but what was so bad about working at McDonald's? I just
The way
gotta
you smell at the end of the day, you have to very, very quickly and very, very repeatedly do the same task over and over again to create shitty food. You can't have your headphones on. You
Yeah.
can't do anything.
Oh, yeah.
You make $6 an hour. It's like it's a shitty job, and it's like there's a reason you can't find people to do it. It's just it sucks, and the pay is shit. It's a teenage job. You get that job in the hopes of being able to get something else later. But nobody wants to work there if they don't have to. Working at McDonald's sucks. Cool?
Cool. Yeah.
What's cool?
Working at McDonald's sucks statement.
How is that cool?
Yeah, some people would say like it is what it is kind of thing. But I don't know about McDonald's sucking. I think some people would say like it's just a job.
Do you want to work there?
Not really. No.
Why not?
Huh?
Why not?
I don't want to smell like burgers and fries. Plus, I'd probably look like a burger.
How would you look like a burger?
Because you get an employee meal, I'll probably eat a bunch of fast food, and you'll look at me and you call me Chicken McNugget. You call me Chicken McNugget, and then afterwards you call me probably the Big Mac.
You already look like a chicken McNugget.
Yeah, but I'm gonna turn into a Big Mac. And then I'd be like, nom 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 nom. Do you know McDonald's actually sells chocolate chip cookies? Did you know that? Or they used to? It wasn't that good. Burger King's cookies were better.
You're not getting a single cookie here.
I have a cookie right there in my hand. Oh, I have no internet here.
Driving on the highway.
You know what's really crazy? A lot of these trees just naturally started growing here, I imagine. And it's just like pollination, natural pollination. I don't even know what most of these trees are. They look like Christmas trees from far away, but they're not.
Everything's like a Christmas tree when you're in America.
Okay, these look more like Christmas trees. It's like pine trees, pine cones, that kind of stuff. Over there, I think it's... Yeah, no. Those all look like pine trees, pine cone trees. No, there's some Christmas trees over there.
Roberts Cove, winterization and storage.
Jeez, no internet stuff.
What is that school bus doing?
I don't know.
Do they really have to take the kids 50 miles to school each day?
Yeah, it's gonna be.
In 1 mile, turn left to stay on South Main Street.
That's the alert to tell you not to go over the line. But I thought it would be nice to not hit that man's Silverado.
Silverado. East of Suez. Tells me there's not too many places to eat.
Are school bus drivers safe?
Yeah. Well, plus America.
Are there a lot of classes you have to take, tests you have to pass to be a school bus driver, or is it just
I have no idea.
whoever takes?
Oh, I'm
I
sure
think-
you have certification.
In Massachusetts, I heard they activated the National Guard to drive school buses. I saw that on TV, but I never
Oh,
looked
yeah,
into
I
it.
heard about that too. There's a shortage.
So you have the National Guard being school bus drivers?
Yeah.
Now turn left to stay
Well, I
on
mean, like-
South Main Street.
You hire them. You have to have them do something.
I imagine the idea is if you're willing to trust them to guard the country, you should be able to trust them without a license to do this.
They're like, hey, National Guard, what you doing? Not much? Okay, drive some school buses for us. We're paying you anyway. Not a bad thing. Next thing you know, you're going to say, hey, we have a shortage of sanitation workers. National Guard, where you at?
There's some people that have liquid damage on their MacBooks.
National Guard.
And Lewis went out of business because he didn't pay his back rent.
Don't stand down, National Guard. That's what they would say. Who knows? But yeah, I don't know. Like, National Guard is just kind of random, I think. I think they rescue people, they help defend, help with emergency preparedness and after natural disasters. But in the meantime, like, what do they do?
I would like lunch.
It sounds really ignorant of me to say, but seriously. Like, if you're stationed in the state, what are you doing? I mean, you already got police. Yeah.
Training.
Okay.
Practicing.
Practicing for what?
Waiting for the day that something horrible happens.
Like a school bus driver shortage.
I would like food.
Okay. There's some grass outside. You can eat it. Alternatively, have a cookie.
I
And
would
we'll
like,
share 75% of this cookie with you.
Erica, I demand lunch.
Okay. What do we got here?
I'm going to
Wednesday
require
through
that you
Sunday.
produce for me a lunch. That is not a lunch. That is a half-eaten cookie.
That's not half eaten. That is not half eaten.
That is a half-eaten cookie.
Alright.
Also, that is a cookie. That is not a source of nutrition. That is a bunch of dough and chocolate.
Carbohydrates.
I would like you to try again.
Okay.
You have another chance. Erica, that's the exact same cookie. Just turn the other way.
You said I had another chance.
I demanded you food.
Okay. Hold on, I call Amazon
I
Fresh.
just saw a dead squirrel on the street.
Yeah, I call
But it's
Amazon
actually looking
Fresh.
really good right now. Can we go back and get the squirrel, Erica?
No. 15, 20-minute food delivery. Where are you at?
Can we cook them over a lithium battery fire?
No. We gotta get back.
That guy's motorcycle in front of his house. What's this? Is that a lobster?
Portion pub.
Oh, that's a pub.
Closed Monday through Wednesday.
What? Yeah, enough. No liquor for you Monday through Wednesday. Thrift shop, food pantry.
Food pantry. That ain't food.
Pantry sounds like a place.
Yeah, you can eat some canned goods.
Public safety, fire, and police is over there.
Yeah, they got some nice services over here.
Tint. My ear was getting owned by the sun just there. I felt it burning. There's some strong sun up here. I have engaged my drug dealer Tint. Now,
There has to be some restaurants around here. You got a dentist here. The person has to be eating something.
children's center.
Yeah, you can't eat children.
Why can't you eat children?
Yeah.
Who says?
I don't know how that would go. Okay, so there's probably food around here.
Sounds like something Fauci would say.
Three Sisters Country
You
Store.
can't eat children.
Yeah,
Wear a mask.
Billion Food Spirit.
Pickering House Inn. That's an inn. Citizens Bank.
Probably $300 in. There has to be food around here.
Yeah, well, there'll be food when we get to the touristy area.
And this is a tourist
There's a brick
area.
oven bistro.
Hunters
Farm fresh foods. That's what you probably need a lithium battery for.
No,
to
this
cook
is
that.
a grocery store.
Yeah, check it out.
Okay, here we
Green
go.
tourist area.
Downtown Grill Cafe. Ooh, look at that gourmet gelato, espresso, gourmet coffee and pastries.
I got Elra's book the hotel.
Berkshire Hathaway. Oh, so this is where Warren Buffett's at.
We will book the hotel, park, and then walk around.
Mhm.
Enjoy this beautiful little town.
Black's Gift Shop.
In 1,000 feet, turn left
I don't
onto
know if it's
Sewell
just me.
Road. Then
There's
your
a lot of
destination
freaking
will be on the
jams
left.
Jams, maple syrup. Yum Yum Shop. Ooh, bakery and ice cream. Yum Yum. That's something. Yum.
Mellison Real Estate Inc. I want to visit their real estate. I want to see what their empty real estate looks like here.
Made on Earth. A lot of coffee places.
Lots of old people.
Yeah, I'm looking for food.
Sorry. Bayside Grill and Tavern. Can we go to a grill and tavern? I would like to drink. And once the driving is complete,
Now turn left onto Sewell Road.
I'll be able to drink. Okay, let's make a left here.
No parking on this side.
Now your destination is on the left.
It is. What? Wait. Erica,
What?
I've been massively trolled.
Why?
My destination is not on the left. Let's try that again. Oh,
You're going the opposite direction.
I know. Because there was no... Alright. Well, I'll see you all later. that's it for today. And as always,
Look at the homes here, though.
whoa, that house is on a beautiful lake. Did you? Oh, I wish people can't see that because no 360 camera.
Yeah, these are home.
Did you see that, Erica? Whoa, that house, that's right on a lake. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. This is nice. Okay,
Oh, look, that one's for sale. This home.
by appointment. Oh my
In
God,
500
that's
feet,
gigantic.
turn left onto Frost Camp
Well,
Road.
let's see. You never know. You should sell all your ARKK before it crashes, and then
What?
you're gonna sell us a nice little house.
Now turn left onto Frost Camp Road.
Missed my left. I always miss my turn. Missing my turn is kind of my trademark. It's my hallmark. It's my You gotta go on this road for another few miles now because I'm an idiot who can't drive. Don't follow a map.
No, you can just turn. Go that way.
Pretty. Look at how pretty this is.
Here, go slow down. Slow down. Maybe we have to make a left. And then you can just go in the driveway back up.
That's not the way.
Yeah, whatever.
That is not the way.
Plus. Here, you could have.
That is not the way.
Oh, you're gonna go circle around instead of just backing out.
This
Because
is the way.
instead of driving 7 minutes, we can just.
Trust in Papa Musk.
No, because you need to go to the opposite side.
Trust
Okay,
in Papa
okay,
Musk.
okay. Drive an additional green line.
Maybe it's a one-way back all the way back there. I don't know. Okay.
Can't be one way because people have to get out there.
Trust in Papa Musk and his map. Outdoor. Good you, customer parking. It's a yard.
Shipyard.
Oh. Would you ride with me on the lake in a sea buffet?
Sure.
If I created a sea buffet.
I don't know about that.
This looks like expensive looking neighborhood.
Yeah, it looks really remote too.
Whole Foods has not entered the chat.
Not yet. It's not enough.
What are the things that make you a city girl? You self-identify as a city girl, but what does that mean?
I have a lot of restaurants.
I don't see you do city girl things with your day.
I like.
You don't go to parties. You don't, start new businesses. You don't get wasted at different bars every day. What do
I
you
like
do?
the convenience.
The convenience of what?
The convenience of having restaurants and places nearby versus 6 miles away.
American flag. Look at it. This is really pretty. Beautiful, actually. Stone Lodge. Through the woods to grandmother's house we go. What is it? Over the something?
Over the river.
Over the river and through the woods. I don't think they were talking. I don't think Grandma was in Brooklyn in that story. Over the river and through the woods. This is a nice little place. I like it.
Yeah, you think you can get your employees to move here?
Hell no.
No.
Because they don't want to be in the middle of nowhere. They want, like, Kevin and Dan, I think, need the illusion, or on, that they can go out, find young girls, you know, do whatever young kids do.
They can.
But everybody here is like 60 years old. You saw when we were going to the town square.
Yeah, but they got grandkids.
Yeah, and others that moved to New York City.
In 500 feet, turn right onto Forest Road.
I would be selling them on this is why this is a good place to live. And honestly, I've spoken with them. You know, it doesn't have to be New York City.
Now turn
it would just
right
have to
onto
be a
Forest
city,
Road.
someplace where there is stuff to do, that young people can entertain themselves doing young people things.
Let me ask you this though.
You know,
Why do you have to do that? Like, can't you just say this is a place that I think would be good? Do you think major big companies will be like, oh yeah, hold up, let me go figure out where everybody
this is where
wants
the
to
evil
live?
era begins.
No, it's true, huh?
Because at a big company, they have routines and procedures put in place so that if somebody says they don't want to move, that they can just replace them with whoever's in the area. I don't have that. It would take me years to recreate what I have here because a lot of it, admittedly, a lot of it is written down, but a lot of it is stuck in the heads of the people. What makes this company great is the culture, and the culture comes from the people that are there.
Yeah, but I think people would follow you.
I think that many would not. And I think they would say, gargle my balls.
You think they would rather say, well, okay, I'm just gonna stay in New York because hot chicks are here.
Not because of hot chicks, but because if they want to go meet people to play soccer, they can. Here, I don't.
There has to be people who you can meet to play soccer. Not everybody just stays in their home.
What is the average age up here?
I don't know. I don't have internet.
Yeah, exactly. That's another thought.
What?
You don't have internet. Like you're back in the 1980s.
In 500 feet, turn right onto
all you
North
gotta
Main
do
Street.
is do some mass mailing. Hello, I am 24 years old.
It would have to
I
be
am
someplace
a
that
single
is
male
near a
that
city.
came from.
Now turn
Someplace
right onto
near a
North
city
Main Street.
Where it's like, look in front of us.
Yeah.
This is literally you're literally surrounded by death.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It's fun to go for to get away for a period, but too much death.
Too much death. People.
Yeah.
I hate to break it to you, but people die every day.
No,
Not
nobody
too much
dies in New
death.
York.
Bullshit.
There's no death in New York.
Cuomo would like to talk to you.
Cuomo has entered the chat. Okay, there was a young person on a motorcycle. with a beard.
Exactly.
Now I have to get Kevin and Dan and Juan on a fucking motorcycle. And Chris.
No, they can get their own transportation.
I have to get them all a motorcycle, and I also have to get them a beard.
Why?
Because they don't have beards. Kevin and Dan don't have a
You
beard.
could grow one. What are
I
you gonna
sincerely
do?
doubt he could.
What are you gonna do? Buy a fake beard and glue, grease glue it on his face?
It would be something that I have to look into prior to moving.
No, you don't. They could just be themselves.
This
I'm
company
sure
is
you'll be
made great
fine.
by the people there.
Plus, let me ask you this: okay, I'm not gonna ask that. Actually, I was gonna say, how's their game in New
In
York?
1,000
Isn't
feet,
that
turn
great in
right
New
onto
York?
Sewell
Oh, it's
Road.
fucking horrible.
Then your
Well,
destination
at
will
least
be
they
on
have
the
the
left.
illusion that it could be good in the future.
I don't think so.
And that illusion is what keeps them there.
One thing I have learned is that if you go to a place where there's hot women also have there's also, when there's more hot women, there's also more hot men.
Yes, but
more
they don't.
rich men.
Yeah, but they haven't
Yeah.
accepted that yet. I don't know if they've
Oh,
accepted
okay.
that yet.
Okay.
It's still the idea.
Now turn right onto Sewell Road.
Okay, Sewell Road. Okay, Eric, we're not gonna miss it this time. All right, ready?
Okay.
1, 2.
So right
I
there.
think I'm being trolled.
Right there.
Oh, that's it. So this is not the driveway.
Yeah.
So I have to reverse out.
Yeah, you have to
That's
reverse.
dangerous.
No, it isn't.
This is a bad.
No, it isn't. After that black car, I think you're good. Okay. Turn now. Turn after this car. Go.
All right. Wolfboro Inn, Wolf's Tavern. Yeah, what do we got here? I just got a book.
Now your destination is on the left.
A lovely little
Over
hotel by the lake.
It's shady. Oh, here, Tesla.
Yeah, I'll park there in a moment. You want to park the shade first? Park the shade. All right, that's it for today. I'll see you later. Bye.